I know I've been talking a lot about this Miko situation and how she pretty much tried to beam and toxed one of her top buyers, and she might not be the top, but she was one of them. So don't even try to say she wasn't. Um, but I kind of want to keep this, like I said, short and simple but there's a lot of screenshots, a lot of images, and I do want to put that on this video. So the first part of it was around May 24th through May 25th. The situation started with tension. Miko originally, crashed out on Jet for being honest with Miko's ex-boyfriend Stubbles regarding things Miko said after the breakup. Jet tried to reassure Miko that she wasn't going to pick any sides and, that she didn't want to be in the middle of any drama. This happened around 6:38 in the morning when Miko randomly shifts topics to Minecraft. Immediately after, Jet gave that reassurance, Miko suddenly shifted the conversation to ask out of nowhere if she wanted to play Minecraft. Jet notes that this is a sudden push to play, and, it felt completely planned to lure them into a specific trap. While trying to, get things going with Jet in the Minecraft situation, Jet mentioned that they could also no longer see Miko's chat on Roblox. Miko, claimed that they needed to establish a trusted connection and sent Jet a Roblox profile, sharing a link. Jet's boyfriend, of course, is pretty smart and immediately warned her, not to click on it. But when Jet did open it, the page prompted them to a log in, which is crazy because she was already logged in. She was already logged in on the Roblox website. Why in the world would she need to re-log in? When, she called it out, Miko aggressively defended themselves, typing in all caps, Jet, if I wanted your shit, I would have been taking it. Miko kept pushing Jet to go home to her main PC to play, asking detailed questions about where Jet was and why they were staying at her boyfriend's house when you could, knew her pretty well enough to know that she's always there. Miko insisted that they should have a girl day on Minecraft together and go home. But Jet had literally brought her gaming laptop with them, meaning she didn't need to leave. Now, this is when the Minecraft group chat and, the file kind of started to come around finally. A Discord group chat was made with Jet, Miko, and Val. This is where the trap was pretty much happening. Miko dropped a link that she got from Val that Val got from TikTok. Weird. Claiming it was a custom mod pack, sending a URL labeled Mabel Rabbit Collection. Jet screen shared their perspective to the group while downloading it because I assume Miko needed to help Jet. When Jet downloaded a standard version from the Modrinth, I can never pronounce that, I'm sorry. Instead, Miko got visibly moody in voice chat, sarcastically claiming it was outdated and forcing the other file. Jet only played on the server for about few minutes with them before Miko and Val claimed they had to go to bed. Yet they were seen playing Valorant together immediately afterward. So, yeah. Now, this was when Jet started finding some really weird, suspicious things happening. Shortly after, downloading this link that she trusted Miko with, the consequences started happening. Jet started automatically leaving Discord servers. They had boosted and actually had roles in. Stubbles even messaged Jet saying why they were randomly sending her messages calling him broke. She never sent that. Jet checked their, security logs. Someone has authorized a malicious login into their main email and Discord. The location was Georgia. She's not from Georgia! Sorry. Stubbles immediately pointing out the massive red flag, and Stubbles is Miko's ex-boyfriend. Georgia is exactly where Miko had traveled to visit her ex-boyfriend. Jet's boyfriend monitored the emails live, watching as malicious users repeatedly tried to bypass security via Firefox to fully beam the account. Stubbles immediately told Jet to lock down her Roblox account and move any of their valuable Roblox limiteds to a safe account. Nobody had speculation, nobody thought this was some type of setup until we saw that there was proof that Miko was mutually friended with the routers after they attempted to add Jet and make a group chat, talk about her information and this and that. Of course, Val stepped in to defend Miko, openly admitted it. I sent it to her. I found it on TikTok. When the fallout happened, a group chat was discovered, with the routers, had removed Jet, took control of things, and even demanded payment. When confronted with the evidence on Snapchat where Stubbles, was on the phone, Miko didn't even try to deny the existence of the link or the group chat. Her only defense was incredibly calm, detached response. Where does it say I'm in it? Now back to the group chat with the Ratters and, that she was invited into. The threats started happening back to back to back. At first, one of the accounts named LOL tried to act harmless to lower Jet's guard, saying, "Sorry, wait, I'm a girl," and pushed heavily for a voice call to screen share. Why do you need to screen share when the group chat's called Rat Group Chat Evidence? Why would Jet want to join that? Literally, why? Why would she want to join? Now, Jet's boyfriend goes by Prod with the X in these screenshots, and their friend Stubbles immediately, stepped in to confront them. The main threat was, running by the account Cautious Cat, also displaying as Boss, quickly dropped the nice ad. They began added their accomplices to the group chat, including users called Anon and Break. As the arguments escalated, Jet's boyfriend, Prod, noticed something critical. He openly typed in the chat, "It's Miko. Ha ha ha, LMAO, mutual friends with Miko." Instead of denying it, the threat actor, Your Wrist, the user, Break, who was just added, immediately confirmed the connection, stating, "Yeah, we mutual friends, Miko." Alright? Which, I don't know the grammar about that. This wasn't a random internet attack, by the way. This is not random. This feels so planned. The people who had access to Jet's account details were openly confirming they were in Miko's direct circle. They're ratting on you. Your own Ratters are ratting on you. With their identities loosely exposed, the Ratters turned to pure intimidation and blackmail. Cautious Cat 8423 began issuing countdowns saying 3, 2, 1, jump scare. What? And threatening to leak personal information, saying they would start with Netflix. Stubbles warned the group that the threat actor was utilizing a corny key logger. The extortion quickly turned to Jet's Roblox. The threat actor explicitly stated, "We just terming your Roblox if you're not gonna listen." And I'll just term her shit. Not gonna lie, don't give a fuck. Term method already ready, folks. They demanded that Jet made a private group chat consisting only of Jet, the boyfriend, and, the main attacker, threatening that if they kept fighting in a filled group chat, they would invite more people to see shit. To get away from the immediate spam, a second group chat was created. Here, the hackers tried to play the good cop routine. Cautious Cat claimed this is nothing personal, we just, we have no bad blood, we aren't bad people. But then the actual truth came out, and the attacker of Your Wrist explicitly stated that they were looking for, "We are coming for the Silver Emperor as well in all our Robux." The ultimate goal of this entire setup was to strip Jet's account of high-value Roblox limiteds and virtual currency. And the absolute most damning piece of this evidence in the entire log is when Jet's boyfriend questions why they were doing this. Cautious Cat 8423 explicitly typed, "As she paid more in advance," meaning Miko most likely also got ratted, and I do apologize for saying she didn't, but I don't know. I'm still very iffy on that. When the boyfriend asked who she was, the threat's actors quickly, cover for Miko, claiming she's not with us and that Miko got hit with the method also, but their slip up already exposed the reality of the situation. And I know this is a very long video and I try to keep this short, but there's just so much that I want to say in this video. I will never know if Miko truly got ratted. She will never give me proof that she did, and I know that's really hard to give, and she can cross things out and you can unblur and find everything, but it's just, if this was me, I would be doing the most to, defend myself. Miko brought Jet into a false sense of security following a dispute, shifted the focus to a Minecraft session, and alongside Val, pushed a compromised download link. This led directly to an account access from Miko's known location area, followed by an immediate extortion attempt by her mutual friends who explicitly admitted that she paid more in advance to target Jet's item like the Silver Emperor. Now, I'll never know if, Miko ever fully got ratted because she never gives any of us proof, but, it was orchestrated, from the inside by people, Jet trusted, the logs speak for themselves, the screenshots, literally the group chats, anything Snapchats, and how she was racist. By the way, she's racist. She said the N word and the hard R, so like she's racist and she's Chinese. And Jet can say what she wants. Jet is Chinese and mixed. So if you ever hear Miko saying that they're also both racist, they're not. Just by the way, like I don't. Just be careful with Miko. I don't think you should buy from her. She's a piece of shit. I don't know why she would do this to literally anybody, especially a top buyer. Just be careful, trust people more carefully, I guess. I just don't really know what else to say. Just don't buy from Mikodoll. I also wanted to do a side note on my personal, like, what I'm thinking. If Miko never had anything to do with this, why in the world did she block Jet on, Snapchat? Like, why would you do that? You would be defending yourself. And she claims that she was being harassed. No, you were being confronted. Confronted. And you blocked and you ran away. And you didn't defend yourself. And you had them mutually added. Isn't that so weird? Like, what? That's so sorry. Just side note. But that's all I have on Mikodoll. If I have any more exposure of her, I will make sure my server is well known about that. And if she makes a new server, everybody will be well known about that too, Miko. Just an FYI. All the proof, all the screenshots, this video will also be publicly on my Discord server /naptime. Just everybody, just be more careful.